Just want you guys to know from the bottom of my heart,
Yeah.
this was a mistake.
Trustworthy and loyal, those are definitely values that I hold true to my heart for sure, and respect and a lot of those things. But I think you would just describe me as a weirdo.
We're not trying to say this is our idea. We're stealing this from Hot Ones.
Well, other than the thumbnail, but
Sorry. We are stealing at 100%. Can I make Jeffrey Dahmer jokes? Can I make Elmo Cumming jokes? Like, I need to know. Like, what can I do? Elmo got fuck! Welcome, everybody, to the Score on the Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Anchor, your all-in-one platform and needs for your podcast. If you're in the video, you won't hear about them, but if you're in audio, they are the ones sponsoring the audio version of this podcast. So thank you guys so much. We have me, we have Joseph, we have Ryan today. Maybe we had some errors starting up this podcast. Who knows? One of us might have messed up the audio. I'm going to blame our editor.
don't you fucking dare. This moment, one of us might have screwed up.
I love how immediately you go, don't you fucking dare.
Jesus, sounds like I've only known you for like a year.
Yeah, that's actually almost 2 years now.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah, we've been doing the podcast for almost 2 years. So it's crazy. Me and Ryan known each other this year.
Yeah, almost a year, half a year.
It's almost a year.
Probably almost a year. Yeah, probably.
It's almost a year. You started playing Dead by Daylight.
My God, we're coming up on our anniversary.
Yeah, what are you getting me? Specifically me. What are you getting me? This video for ad free. Speaking of some ad free services you might use, let me tell you guys a quick little story. I love the reaction. So, after last week's podcast, I decided to pick up the phone, call my dad. I called my dad. We were talking about some good stuff. I'm gonna recreate this like it never happened. So, called him. We talked. Picked up the phone. He was like, "Hey, bud, I gotta talk to you. Not because anything's wrong. I just want to talk to you." "Okay, Dad, what's up?" "Me and your mom have started a new source of income." "Okay, what? You guys already did like the crypto stuff. You guys did like door dashing. You guys did working your ass off for nothing. You know, what else you got?" Not for nothing. Obviously something. It's jobs that drag you into the hole.
A little more confidence in yourself.
Yeah, more confidence. I don't want to sit there. You know. Anyways, it's humor. Fuck off, Dad. So I get told, "Me and your mom, we're doing porn. My mama and dada are doing porn, and I can't do anything about it. Now I go on Pornhub, worried. I am in fear for my life. Not only should a son never see his dad's dong, your son should never be aroused and then see your dad's dong." Like, Ryan's dead, and he's like, "I can't.
Too funny.
I can't." So my mom and dad doing porn. And I asked them. I was like, "Mom, Dad, can I talk about this?" They said, "Sure." They didn't finish saying the E before I sent Joseph a message, literally with the title, "My mom and dad does porn." So the reason I sent him that was because in the podcast before we started recording last week, we're like, "Hey, we gotta figure out what's gonna happen next week. We're gonna get stuff like kind of preset because we want to make sure these shows are gonna be good and entertaining for you guys." And we're like, "Yeah, let's talk about it." We bailed out after we ended that podcast. We weren't even there for like 2 minutes afterwards. We bailed out. I had to make phone calls. We had to get stuff moving. So it's like, "Hey, what are we doing next week's episode?" "My mom and dad does porn." That works. Like, that works. Okay, cool. So I'm in fear for my life. Good thing I don't watch too much porn, but no one's gonna believe that. So I beat my meat every Sunday. If it's God's day, it's my day, baby. So no one's gonna believe I don't really watch it. So just embrace it. I beat my meat to everything except my mom and dad. Please, I beg of you, if you know me, fans, don't support me by supporting them. don't let me know that you support them. But if you do, I appreciate it.
Oh man, not that I ever need to like threaten you or anything like that, but at least now I have like there's some leverage. You're like, don't make me watch your parents do it.
You'd be like, so Jordan, you don't wanna help me pay for these challenges we're doing on our podcast, huh? What if a DM might slip through and it might show you a glimpse of what your daddy's doing to your mama? Oh God, you have so much ammunition. But yeah, they do porn. I'm honestly 100%. I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. I respect them. The fact, because most couples, let's be honest, most couples will sit there and they'll do porn to try to spice up their relationship and stuff like that, just to like keep their relationship going. My mom and dad's been together for almost 30 years now, and they don't need that. I support them. You know, they make money. They're good with it. You know, I'm cool. I'm fine with it. I'm totally okay with it. Except my dad brought the fact up that I didn't know me and your mom sounded like that. The reason why this is humorous to me, I, no joke, almost got scared. My mouse was hovering over the record button, didn't show a timer. Got scared, we're recording. So, my brother came in the room when we were young. He came in from his bedroom door, and he was like, we gotta go help mom. We gotta go help mom.
He walked in to the bedroom door.
No.
Sorry, it's just at this point, I kind of need you to be specific about when you use caming and coming. Okay.
No one came yet.
Yep. We're not finished. Oh, we're not.
I love it. So my mom and dad are in their bedroom, you know, doing what they do. My brother comes out of my bedroom because we shared a room. He comes out to the living room and says, we got to go help mom. We got to go help mom. Why do we need to help mom? She's doing this. So, we're trying to convince...
Therapy session.
We all need therapy. Thank you, BetterHelp, for not reaching out. But we were like, Jake, mom is getting a pain relief back massage. She's just getting a pain relief back massage. We gotta go help her. He gets up and starts walking to the room. We're like, Jake, no, don't walk in. Because no one's gonna hold him back. No one's gonna stop him. They're loud as can be. My dad's like, I didn't realize we sounded like that. Well, no shit. It's like, we all knew what you sounded. I'm glad you finally heard that. So that's been my week. Ryan, thank you for hopping on the podcast, man. Great. How are you doing, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. Just been busy working away, streaming, gaming, kind of getting ready for the holidays here. Man, my life seems so boring after that story, but yeah.
You don't want that excitement. You don't.
Yeah, you don't want your brother to walk in and accidentally switch genres.
I feel like this is gonna be the constant go back to of the podcast, but it's perfect. You actually came on the podcast today to join us in something that we wanted to do since we wanted to start up season 3 of the podcast. This is the second episode, podcast 63. This is podcast 63. We wanted to introduce the Hot Ones Challenge. Now, this is the Hot Ones Challenge. Everyone show up your bags. Show up your boxes. See, we are all going to do the Hot Ones Challenge later on in the podcast. So please stick around if you want to see that. There's also timestamps in the description. But we will be doing that so soon. But I just wanna not think about my dad's dong. So I wanna everyone's just like, we agree. I don't want to think about it either, honestly. So yeah, dude, the week's just been crazy. I'm so happy, like, Ryan's here. I'm so happy Joseph's here. I'm so happy Charles is here. He fell asleep. Who can stop him? Actually, it wouldn't be a surprise if he's not here because he fell asleep, because that man does work a ton. So if he did fall asleep, no hate to him. No hate to him. He got the links and stuff. That all of our links and stuff will be down in the description below, all in one little file. You can find us. But just how are you? You been drawing some anime?
So just because you brought it up, the subject of people doing it, I've dabbled. I haven't made any money off it or anything like that because I used to animate when I was younger, and then I re-picked up animation to help some people some people out with some stream stuff, and so I always thought, maybe give this a shot. I was looking for different ways to generate revenue. So I mean, I didn't do anything like that recently, but I did. There is some of my work out there on the internet, seen by people who I don't know, and I haven't gone back to see their feedback yet because it's like, it's gonna be bad.
Do you want to? Like,
I don't know. I settled this in my head. I said next project I submit will be better because I've gotten better, and so then I'll go look at the previous feedback and see what people were saying. But at least I'm already self-critical, so okay, I know what I needed to do to get better. So let me get better first, and then I can absorb the feedback that I'm anticipating because I don't expect the feedback to be very good. But as I mean, we're on the subject about it. We're all adults here. This is
sure.
It's the 99% of the world's problems are because people have fucked up relationships with their sex life. There's entire countries that would be in a much better shape if they would just consent. So there's a lot of problems in the world that actually need that sex actually has to be the solution to. I don't know how we're gonna get to Mars and start a new civilization if we haven't figured out fucking. It's like the thing that humanity has to get right before anything else happens.
I hate
Violence,
that you're right.
Food.
I really hate that you're right.
Yeah.
Well said.
So I mean, and for me, I would rather talk about it and find out who's gonna fire me as a result than hide it. But I like watching maybe an hour and 30, maybe 2 hours a week at most. But I don't just go in, finish, get out. When I grew up, I discovered that kind of content before I discovered what finishing was. So for me, I would just watch it, right? And I would just enjoy the satisfaction of watching it, and then I would just move on with my day. And so I kind of prefer doing it that anyways, because I like to enjoy the story. I like to enjoy the art form, the work that goes into it. So, so it can be done well, and it can be interesting, and it can be a form of self-exploration. I just, the whole, men's addiction problem, and then all of the things that come with it, that all stems from convincing people that the destination is the important part and not the journey. And this is true for anything in the world. If you're focusing on the destination, you're gonna have a bad time. If you focus on the journey, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, but also
enjoy the journey. Who
sits there, and in the fashion of sex, not masturbating, who sits there during sex just thinking, I want to come? Is that really something that people just go? I'm gonna go to this episode is not all about sex, guys. Don't worry. But it's is that all goes through your mind? Maybe I don't have sex enough, obviously. But maybe
I get what you're saying, and I think you're right. But I guess what I would say in response to that is the mentality of I'm just chasing sex, right? Okay, you're not chasing an orgasm, but you're chasing sex.
Okay, yeah.
When you're supposed to have the relationship that builds up to it. A lot of what has made culture somewhat depressed and ill is the avoidance of building a quality relationship. I'm not an advocate for wait until you get married. I'm not an advocate for that. I certainly can't practice that because I ain't preaching that. But
fair.
So I can't preach it because I ain't practicing it. That's the line. But the idea of just going out for a night and trying to get something by the end of the night. I attempted it a couple of times, even succeeded a couple of times, just to know that I could, just so that I wasn't, just so I didn't come across as a sore loser or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. If anytime you're thinking about the destination, you fucked up.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I personally never thought thinking about the final destination to it because if anything that terrifies
That's a
me.
weird thing to think about during sex. That movie is violent.
No, I usually think about the fucking 28 days. I'm usually thinking about that going 28 days, baby.
She just had to say Godspeed, you Black Emperor, and it just set the whole thing in motion.
Man.
Yeah, but anyway, so sorry, just like the other thing too, just like
Yeah.
as far as my week goes, man, I'm just grinding, you know. I got a really good gig going. I'm back in the hosting chair for a Web3 podcast called
Hell
What
yeah.
It Takes. We're doing
Excellent.
having lots of great conversations about people in the Web3 space, different projects, stuff like that. It's a great time. I'm enjoying it immensely. I found actually they found me. But it's been a really good group to work with. And last week I talked to them. I said, guys, I'm ready to ramp things up, turn this into more of like a jab. So I'm a little hoping that everything goes well, and I'll be able to stick with them for a good long while. But I learned it's important to hedge your bets. So I'm still, every now and then keep my eye out for some project work that would be a good fit for me, and just apply away. And then last thing, because you mentioned anime. So every Sunday, me and one of my friends, we've been meeting up to watch like different animes. We're watching Cowboy Bebop right now, but we wanted to try out some other ones too. I wanted to try this one out called Chainsaw Man. That one,
Oh, yeah, the guy that literally had chainsaw for a
he's
head.
got
And,
chainsaws for a
yeah,
left hand, a right hand, and
Oh,
a head.
cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not the anime I thought I was getting, but I'm way happier with what I got because it's you would think that it's a lot of like that fight, and there is some of that in it, but like I'm 2 episodes in, and it's mostly just been like slice of life stuff. Just a guy moves into an apartment, is trying to like get used to living in his new living situation, and it's a lot more like, man, I wish I could just live a normal life. Oh, and then a demon dog helps him do that. It's a pretty cool show so far. I'm digging it a lot.
Right on.
So it's more like how he's adapting to living with this stuff as opposed to just like massacre
Yeah, exactly. Like the
That's
whole second
interesting.
episode, I guess minor spoiler, but in the whole second episode, he didn't transform the entire time. So they're just making sure that when it happens, it counts. And you also, the cool thing about anime is that like I think every anime in some way, shape, or form has to do a little bit of that like slice of life stuff. Which for those of you who don't know, slice of life is when you're showing people just living their lives and you're not really advancing the plot. If and in some products, there's no plot whatsoever. It's all just like living.
Yep.
And I think one of the main things is that because of budget restrictions, you have to like show some of the more low key stuff. Otherwise, they don't have the resources to fill an entire season. So it's somewhat as a necessity, but it's also like no matter how dark or fucked up the show is gonna be, including a guy who turns into 3 chainsaws and mows down people in a bloody mess, you also get to see what he makes for breakfast. And
I
That's
don't I
pretty
don't know.
neat.
Like I kind of like the idea of that. Like I remember watching like shows like Seinfeld and stuff like that. Like when they go to the grocery store and it's like a little skit. I like looking in the background of stuff like that. But I've really like love those living moment stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
It like the Full Metal Alchemist, the actual like Full Metal Alchemist, not the Brotherhood where they skipped a lot of it. Like the Full Metal Alchemist where they really take their time and tell the story. I love it just because like you see them living in just like this life, and it's also more in-depth detail. Some episodes are boring as can be, but you get to see like the actual build-up, and it's not they're in a fight scene for 3 episodes, and then on the 4th episode you think it's about to end, and then they're like, no. Sensei. And then it's another 3 episode part, and you're like, can I just. He's literally gone to the fucking temple. Can I please just see the plot? Like, let me watch the movie. Like, it's, yeah. It's like porn with ads. You're just trying to watch it, and it's like, that thing, ding. I hate it. So, actually, one that's made to, like, see life, I absolutely love. I haven't been watching anime recently, though. I don't think I've watched anything. Pat, have you been watching anything recently?
See, and this is where I come from a different side of the fence. I never really got into anime. As of recently, I tried dabbling a little bit, and a buddy at work knows how much I like horror and darker type like content and movies and stuff, and he told me to watch Berserker.
Okay.
So I did end up watching Berserker, and it was very, very violent, but I kind of actually like really enjoyed it. So I'm kind of like a lot more open-minded as into going into anime, and I don't know what to watch. I don't know what to watch. So any suggestions? I'm always open, but I heard that Naruto is pretty good. I don't know if that's like really mainstream or anything like that, but I'm very new to the whole anime world.
well, I've talked about it on a previous episode, but not with you here. So my all-time favorite anime of all time is Hunter x Hunter. There's an X
Hunter
in between
Hunter.
those two. And quick thing, so it's Hunter x Hunter.
Yep.
But I personally, no one else thinks this, but I personally think the X is like multiplication. So I see it and I think Hunter by Hunter, and it's one of the best battle animes ever made because it has this really intricate power system. And so that's my all-time favorite, but it's very long to get into. My current favorite is called Spy by Family. Again, there's an X in there. Complete coincidence, by the way, that both of those
That
animes have
is
an X
funny,
in the title.
actually.
Sure.
And
Okay.
some people are falling off from this show as it's getting to the end of the second season because they were expecting more action from it. Whereas I knew going in that it's more family sitcom first, spy thriller stuff second. The spy thriller stuff is just used to recalibrate the plot rather than be the plot. But it's a really really funny show, and they always think of like interesting ways to make the characters deal with each other's secrets because everyone's hiding something in the show. So, and I mean
Ah,
not everyone, but all the important characters are all hiding something from each other, as is the nature of
interesting.
like spy and espionage and stuff like that. So, just go in knowing that it's a comedy first, and you'll enjoy it.
I do
And
like
then
comedy, so
yeah, and then as far like I don't, I only go so dark with stuff that I watch. So it's not an anime, but I'll just throw this in anyways. But I noticed there was this movie that a lot of people on TikTok were covering called Terrifier 2
yes, Art the
with
Clown.
Art the Clown. Yeah,
Yes.
Never seen it.
I'm tempted to watch that, but I don't know how what kind of horror I can handle and what I can't. I think I can
Right.
handle most horror, like zombies, no problem. Like supernatural stuff, that's fine.
Right.
I think the only kind of horror that I don't do well in is when the human beings are messing with other human beings. So like
Okay.
Hostel, Saw, stuff like that. When it's one human being harming another, that's that's the kind of territory I don't really want to get into.
Yeah. So that's
Well,
kind of Terrifier and Terrifier 2. That's kind of more what it is. See if it's very, very gory, like
Yeah.
very gory and very like they don't cut anything out.
Yeah,
Like you see a
but I
lot of
sort of
creepy
saw
stuff.
Art the
So
Clown as like semi supernatural,
yeah,
like
I could
he
see it.
has a
Yeah.
certain like indestructible quality to him. Just from what I know.
Yeah. The guy who plays him, I mean, he does a phenomenal job. He's just really creepy. But I haven't seen the second one yet. I have seen the first one way back in the day, that's for sure. I haven't seen this one, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of hype behind it, like you were saying, that's for sure. But
man,
very
I
gory.
wish I've watched something that I can like bring to the table. Like, I wish I watched something I'd be like, guy, I've been watching this right now. It's been killer. I have not. I've been watching YouTube. That's about it. I've been watching
Yeah.
and watching your parents have sex on Pornhub. That's what you.
no, YouTube, not Pornhub.
I'm not gonna make a habit of it, but I had to do it at least once.
I mean,
Put it in there
I
once in a
open,
while.
I let
So
it
you
out
open
to the
Pandora's
open.
box.
Okay, I open the box, let it come, let it come.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've been trying to hyper focus on charity. I got
love
invited
that.
to do a Dead by Daylight tournament to help raise, or I think it's either raise awareness or to help donate to charity. Shout out is for like to help military veterans and stuff like that to get like consoles into their hands and things like that.
Amazing.
I got invited to do this charity tournament in the middle of a charity event that I'm helping build the sets to for a Winter Wonderland in Kansas. So last week I talked about just building the set. Now I added on top of it, I'm going to be also doing a charity tournament in the middle of all of it. And I'm going to be filming the whole entire thing, including the tournament, including the event. I'm like, oh my God, I might have sacked too much on Christmas. And it's all in the 3-day period. It's all happening at the same point in time. So it's going to be a madhouse of trying to figure it out. But I've been so hyper focused on that and my new content coming out. I've been so hyper focused on that. And I got a couch today. That's not a couch. It came in 3 boxes and I only got 2 of the boxes. So
Oh,
It's a cow
sectional?
or
it's a U. It's a U
Yeah.
couch.
Okay.
So it's nice. It's super
That's
nice.
that's very random that only 2 of the 3 pieces arrived at this at one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It,
You think they would load it
it's-
like all in one shipment, one
That's what I
delivery.
was thinking. But Amazon shows like it's by the way, anyone wondering, you can't buy a couch on Amazon and you can't buy a car on Amazon. Haven't done the car part yet. We're working on that. But you can buy a couch on Amazon. So it came in, it says it's all delivered, but it came 3 days early. So I'm thinking give it to the time it said it was originally going to arrive. And if it's not here, then fill out a claim being like, oh, where's the other box? And hopefully they don't ask me to return it because I'll have my small car back. And right now I have a nice big SUV and it's nice. But if I get it with my small car, there's no way I'm returning it. No
Strapping
way.
it to the roof.
I think it might crush the roof. One box is 50 pounds. That little Beamer is not going to be able to withstand it. Have a sunroof too. I'm going to be wearing the sunroof. It won't be a fantastic time. But dude, I wish I was watching. I've been playing some 7 Days to Die recently. I've been playing 7 Days to Die, Modern Warfare. The new Modern Warfare came out. I've been grinding that. I've been playing Dead by Daylight, obviously. Today was the first day I tried to get good at Dead by Daylight. That was a disaster. But I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty to get my dailies done. And it's like, I'll get a daily done. I'll be like, got it done. I'm all good. I'll get them done. It's now to the point no one wants to play with me. Because I will go in, do my task, and get out. Because I don't want to get too invested in it. Or Chad, who also been on the previous podcast, and then Richard, we all decided to play one night. We're like, let's hop on and play some Call of Duty. The MMR was so messed up to where it only focused on my MMR, so it only focused around people with my skill set. Chad and Richard could not step out of their spawn before going, I keep being fucking blasted. I can't even get a kill. I can't even see this guy. This guy fucking 360 tomahawks fuck across the map, shoot me, and I'm dead. I'm like, okay, calm down. You know, it's just a game, it's all good. They're like, no, fuck you, mister. I ain't gonna take this game seriously. I'm 30-2 on the leaderboard. Oh, look, I got a nuke. I'm like, I never got a nuke yet. I got a merciless. You're not even level 20. I'm like,
I think that was a lot of people's issues with that game right off the rip. Yeah. And again, it's Call of Duty. You kind of know what you're getting with it. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. But I think a lot of people were really pissed off about the ranked not coming out day one, because then they were saying that's where the skill-based matchmaking could be said, and then regular pubs can kind of just be whatever kind of thing. So there's been a lot of talk around that. But I mean, it's Call of Duty. There's some people that are just phenomenal. That's all they play.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
And
you kind of know what you're getting with that game.
Yeah,
I've been grinding it too, though. A
new release is really the only time to try to close that gap, because at least there's a lot of unfamiliarity. You have to refamiliarize yourself with maps, maybe weapons, maybe some gameplay changes too. So that's your only chance to. And you're not going to catch up, but at least there's a little bit less of a gap between the people who've been playing it for a long time and the people who might be newcomers to it. I remember I still play Dota 2 to this day. After it's like an on-off thing. Like I'll play it really seriously, then I'll take some time off for a couple of years and then get back into it. But I still remember when it was just a custom map on Warcraft 3, and there was no ranking, there was no MMR. We had no idea who we were going to be up against, and so they might be killer. Like they might be some of the best players, and they just happened to join the game that we just happened to join. And I'm not saying it should always be like that, but there should at least be something like that, because if I get my ass handed to me in a game by somebody 10 times, 20 times better, you know what I can do is I can download the replay and I can watch how this player starts from the beginning and everything that they do, and it accelerates my learning. The trouble with ranked matchmaking is that if you're always just ranked against either someone slightly better than you or someone slightly worse than you, then the habits that a person might learn will help them overcome a small obstacle, but can then become counterproductive or counterintuitive when you get into higher obstacles. Absolutely. So I think it's really important for players to have opportunities to get their asses kicked.
100%.
Full on wiped out. Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll learn so much better if you get creamed than if you just have like, oh no, that was a close one. Oh, good game. You barely beat me. It just is because then the game wants to prioritize having a good, consistent experience so that players don't rage quit, uninstall, and go play something else. Because there's definitely a lot more competition now.
Yeah, I know.
Well, good.
There's so many other things to compete for people's attention.
Well, on the subject of playing and trying to, sit there and get good and stuff, like that's the reason why my MMR is like so high. I'm getting people with already level 100 in the game, or before they released a higher level cap, it was 55. is because I played every Call of Duty to this date, and on top of it, I competed in major tournaments for 7 years leading up to it. It's like it's in my like skill set. If I switch to the PC, I guarantee you I would suck and I would be with everyone else because I'm learning a whole new. Ryan, you've switched completely over to PC. You're not using a controller, right?
Correct. Yeah, mouse and keyboard now, and it's been a learning curve. It's been a battle, but it's been an enjoyable experience. Like you were talking about the journey here earlier. It's been a fun. I still have my days where I'm like, man, I wish, like, you know what I mean. I wish I was better. I wish I was better. But I have something to like strive towards and work towards. Because there's tons of games I'm getting creamed, and tons of games where sometimes I'm just locked in. But I feel like I'm pretty good with the mouse part. It's the dexterity with my fingers, like having to move so quick, and then sometimes I'll be wanting to hit a button and I'll hit another button that I'm not supposed to, and I'm like, oh man, why did I do that?
And then you move your wrist layout, so now you're not AWD, it's SEF. And you're like, why am I moving left? I'm right.
Yeah. So it's been a really like it's been a really fun experience so far. Yeah, I've been great. I've been playing it with Call of Duty here as of lately for sure. I still play Dead by Daylight on controller. I find that's a little easier than mouse and keyboard for sure. The guys that do it on mouse and keyboard, I know a couple guys that do that. They're just, well, I'm like, that's incredible. You're like, yeah, that's a lot of practice. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And now with the PC, I never really had a PC before. I was always console with the PC. My whole like gaming world has opened up via Steam. And I've been finding all sorts of crazy games that I want to dabble into. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I will say this, like, just on the chance, like, if there's any multiplayer games on Steam, hit me up.
You know, yep, I'm in. Yeah, you ever want to play?
Like any time. I mean, I'm down. I'm not here to. As long as you know, I'm here to make content, not be good. That's like a number one thing I tell people is like, I don't want to play to be good. I want to play to have fun. Like I want to have a good time. You making content? I'll be funny. Can I make Jeffrey Dahmer jokes? Can I make Elmo Cummins jokes? Like, I need to know. Like, what can I do? Elmo's gonna fluff. Like, I need to know. But I got to watch you play on like mouse and keyboard, and this is so fascinating because like I play on mouse and keyboard and controller. Just depends on the game. But when I started playing shooter games on mouse and keyboard, I was trash, and I started with CS:GO. And CSGO is even more like, if you're not on that point, you're done. Versus Call of Duty, where you have bigger hitboxes. So
big time, you're in millimeters.
I watched you. Call of Duty just launched days after. I was watching you play on PC, and not gonna lie, I wouldn't want you to be my teammate.
No, I wouldn't have want myself as my teammate either. Like, I feel bad that the guys that I play with now still.
Because and I'm not saying this to be mean, but it's like I'm over there going like crouch, Pappy, crouch, just crouch, just do it. Just literally, if you crouch around this corner, you get this guy, and you get walking up and just get shot. And I'm like, just crouch, hit C, just do it. But now I watched your most recent stream when you were streaming Call of Duty, and like. Your whip time, you're like, hurry up, do something. I'm like, this dude in like 2 weeks, less than that, it was like 2 weeks, went from I wouldn't want to be caught playing with him to damn, that's a good player. Like he's doing good. Like it's so like cool to see that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing better, and that's what I mean. It's been a cool experience for me too. And again, like I'm not looking to go play on a pro team or anything like that. Like I just play for fun, but I would like to set personal goals for myself too, to improve at the games that I like or like playing with friends or whatever. So I play with some guys that are really, really good. Like you're probably just one of those guys. I haven't got to play Call of Duty with you yet, but you're really good as well. But some of these guys, they push me and teach me ways and whatever to get better. So just personal goals for myself and. I feel like I feel like I'm at a wall. I got to get over that wall now. I feel like I'm like better, but I got to get over this wall to get to the next level for myself. But I feel like personally, I feel like I've improved a fair bit over the past little while playing here for sure.
Yeah, I would say one tip, and this is for anyone who's like trying to get better at Call of Duty. Whenever you get shot or whatever, ask yourself, how could you have done that better? Not like hate on how you did it. But if you came around a corner, someone's camping on the left side, and you spawn right around that corner again, what do? Like, are you going to run back in and try to do the same outcome? Are you going to try to check your grenade? Or what are you going to do? You're trying to jump in and slide? Are you going to wait for another teammate? What are you going to do? And it's like, asking those questions is how I got so good at which one what Call of Duty was it when you were running on walls? 3, Black Ops 3. Whenever that
Oh
came
yeah,
out,
yeah.
I was trash. Like I couldn't get a bloodthirsty to save my life, and because of running on walls got so crazy and everything else, I was like, I don't understand this. Like this is so complicated.
Yeah.
And I got invited to do one of the tournaments Call of Duty hosted for a charity event. I think for Stick Up as well, and it was a bunch of people started playing, and these guys were like hammering me in to say like, okay, how could you have done better with that? No, don't tell me, well, he was just good. How could you have done better? I'm like, well, if I would have ran up the wall and ran up where he couldn't see me in his view, I could have snapped him behind. He's like, do that next time. Just do that next time. And if that doesn't work, how did that didn't work again? And just hearing like how people can insist you. Now I do it with like my brothers and stuff. It's like we were playing. They're like, where are we going? I was like, don't ever run center. If you run center, that's a bad idea. Always run right or left. Don't go to the same path more than 2 times. If someone's camping there, leave him. He's gonna have to leave. If he doesn't get kills that direction, don't go that direction because he's gonna have to move. When he moves out of his comfort zone, get him. Don't sit there and keep feeding him kills. It's like doing those little things help so much. And
That's funny you say that too, because whenever there's someone camping, I'm always like, so when they get me, I'm exactly like you said. I'm like, I gotta go get him now.
Just
Like,
like, I'm gonna get this dude.
I'm determined. I gotta get this guy. I gotta get this guy.
That was me
yeah.
once at a game of like laser tag. Get hiding in the corner.
I gotta get this guy.
The difference is though, is you can physically go up to him after you die, just start walking up. They're like, Joseph, no. Beat his ass.
I didn't want a pistol whip, which is why I didn't. But
Hey, you know what? Also,
is
you
there.
can decide to whip. You can whip out. Sorry, sex joke. You can whip out your Hot Ones challenge. Guys, this is the part of the podcast is where we do our Hot Ones challenge. I have sealed up my box for visual purposes. I actually have all 5 flavors in the shot glass. Joseph, what flavors are we working with?
we are working with sriracha. Actually, hang on. What's the order here? Oh yeah, so it starts off with sriracha, then jalapeno, cayenne, habanero, and finally the Carolina Reaper.
Now,
Which, by the way, everyone's holding their Carolina Reapers to their camera. Okay, we are verifying that you guys. I'm
Yes.
just saying.
That one.
Yeah,
They
I want
are-
verification.
they're hard to tell which ones they are. They are the
I'm a little
bright red
nervous.
ones with the black flakes in it. Now,
Okay.
I think everyone can already know what they're going to be, but you see how bright it is with the black flakes. That's how you know it's the Carolina Reaper. But like I said, I have all mine.
Because I did eat one initially, like when I first got the box, and I was in torment, and I think I might have eaten one that I thought was a sriracha, but it turns out it was just like a really light Carolina Reaper. Because I think the intensity of the flakes translates into heat intensity. So I've got a really flaky one over here.
Okay, let me try to find one since we have already showed off the visual purposes. Because Charles could not make it, I'm honestly assuming Charles went to sleep. So really no hate, guys. He's been working hard. We will bash him in the comment section later, next podcast, whenever he can actually fight back. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna have fun with it. We were gonna have him ask the questions. So since I have the power of God and anime on my side, I will be the one asking the questions. Dude, this tape is rough. Dude, I got the best tape in the world. Dude, Family Dollar. Go to your local Family Dollar. You can ship shit with this.
Yeah, I might need you to. I might want to find out because a few years ago I got one of these Corsair. I forgot the exact style of it, but it's the one with 12 buttons on the side. I can't use that many gosh darn buttons. So what I did was I grabbed some tape and I taped the first column and then the back 2 columns so that only 3 buttons are exposed. Because I have an easier time just pressing those 3 buttons and trying to, press all of them.
That's
The only trouble is that over time the tape starts to lose its hold and then it gets sticky. And so I have to figure out a really good, long-lasting tape that'll just stick. Anyways,
I understand that. Let me just get my beans in order so I know.
Wait, while you're doing that, it's
I think
it's
I
your
got
show,
mine in
so
order. I'm
by all
nervous.
means, you're all good to ask the questions. But one of my, just for the audience's curiosity, is that because I'm a podcast host, I fancy myself a pretty good interviewer. I mean, I can only get so many good feedbacks before I actually think that I'm good at it. So I'm figuring out ways to like market myself as an interviewer, set up like a product or service on Fiverr and Upwork to like let me interview you as a media host. But one thing I would love to accomplish in my life before I kick the bucket is to just substitute an episode of Hot Ones. I don't have to take the show over. I don't want to do the show, but I would love one day to actually like fill in for an episode just for the fun of it. So
That would be
yeah.
cool. And Hot Ones has the full inspiration behind this. Like, we're not trying to say this is our idea. We're stealing this from Hot Ones.
Well, other than the thumbnail, but
Sorry. We are stealing at 100%. We need the clicks. Okay. How this is going to work? We are going to go on the slowest on the sriracha. We're going to do the sriracha first, and we are going to sit there and I'm going to ask 3 questions. The goal is not to drink any water or drink anything until after all 3 questions are answered. We'll take a small little break, and we'll get right back to some more questions. And then with the 3 hottest ones, we're going to ask each other one question, and same thing. You cannot have any water until afterwards. So are we ready?
it actually says on the instructions that water doesn't help. That water actually just like it just redirects the spice, because then the spice gets into the water and then it just moves to different parts. So I personally think that water is a strategic choice. If you notice that your spice is concentrated in one area and you need to kind of like disperse it, then you can get water in there. But if you actually need to actually get rid of the spice, you need milk.
Yeah, I don't want to see no one drinking anything still, unless if you make it, if you say it like,
I'm gonna do it,
dude. It's like over here. It's like
makes a quick sip now, I guess.
Yeah, I had to get one in
take
before.
one more, dude. I'm kind of nervous about this.
Yeah.
Okay, I have at least 2 good questions. It's gonna take everyone to answer a question, so I'm gonna ask a question. I'll be the last one to answer, and then we'll move on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hot Ones.
Cheers, friends.
I don't like this.
Okay, sriracha's not too bad.
I don't like this. Okay. What is your dream job, Joseph?
Published author. To write my own series of books and be able to parlay that into writing scripts for movies or anything along those lines.
Oh, it burns.
The number one thing that I would like to do as a result of my job as a writer would be to make Legend of Zelda movie.
Ooh.
And also Super Mario movie, which unfortunately I was beat to the punch 20 years ago, and then doing another one. I'm happy that there's a reboot culture. It's just like, hey, give it like 6 years, someone's just gonna try again. So I am 100% okay with reboot culture.
You.
I like it. Mine's fairly simple, I guess. Firefighter.
Oh, wicked.
Oh shit! Awesome.
Pretty straightforward answer.
Did you say pole dancer?
I mean, you never know. You never know. I don't know how good of a dancer I am, but maybe I'll get it sliding up and down poles. Who knows?
Who knows? Watch out for Ryan's OnlyFans. My dream job is to be an entertainer. I'm kind of living the dream job right now. My job, I want to entertain people. That's been my whole entire goal, is to be a famous comedian, entertain everyone in my life. Okay, honestly, it's not getting better. Okay, next question.
That's only the first one.
That's the first one, dude.
So he says, do not drink water. If the jelly bean is too spicy, drinking water is a great way to take that heat and redistribute it to every part of your mouth.
I didn't have water.
Do drink milk, eat ice cream, rice, honey, or even lime to extinguish the burn. So hope all y'all got honey nearby, because I might go grab some honey.
You know, it's funny too. You always have, whenever somebody eats something hot, they're always like, drink milk, drink milk. I wonder what it is in milk that like cuts the heat or dissipates the heat. And you're saying ice cream too, so it seems to be like a bit of a dairy thing. There's a few other things that you mentioned in there too, but like I've always heard milk. I've always heard
same.
milk. I wonder what it is with
It could be looked up. So, but for the fun of it, I'll just guess that it has to do with the calcium. I think maybe calcium will create a protective barrier, or something like that. Or that's
Yeah.
again,
Hey,
I'm
throwing out
not
ideas.
I had a guy text me yesterday, be like, "How do you get diabetes?" I'm like, "Well, why do people come to me with these questions?"
Hey, I have a question. My mouth is on fire. What's your go-to pizza order?
New York style pepperoni with extra sauce. Always extra sauce.
Extra
I'm there for the
sauce.
sauce. Like,
There for the sauce.
yeah.
Fucking right
Okay,
on,
okay.
Ryan.
I would have to say it's called where I live. It's called a Canadian. It's pepperoni, bacon, and mushroom. They call it a Canadian. I don't know if you've ever heard of that style of pizza before. I'm sure you've heard of the toppings you put on there, but that's the thing around here. They call it a Canadian, and that's probably one of my favorites. Yeah.
Nice. I've never heard of it that way.
There you go.
Mine is a pepper. It's a garlic sauce, stuffed crust, pepperoni, sausage, chicken, mushroom, and black olives, and some cheese sticks. If I can, I'll get ramen noodles on the side, but that's not a pizza order. That's just preference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go because I can't do red sauce because of my previous ulcers in the past. I can't do red sauce. It hurts. That's why this is terrible.
Okay. If you don't want to swallow, you just want to spit the bean out after
I'm
chewing
not a
it
quitter.
for like 10 seconds.
Spitters are quitters.
But it's the mouth pain that we're in for. So you just spit it out afterwards. I would accept that. It's just got to be in your mouth for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, as long as you're chewing it up, you're gonna get.
Yeah,
the
your
meat.
stomach. I don't want to hurt your
Dude,
stomach.
I'm here to make content. If I don't wake up tomorrow, I lived a good life. What is your dream vacation? What is that right? Going off memory. What would your dream vacation look like? That's a long fucking answer. What's your dream vacation look like? Ryan, I want you to go first on this one.
Okay, cool. I did a fair bit of traveling when I was younger, actually, but I guess just to keep things simple and not a crazy long answer, I would love to go to Bora Bora and stay in one of those huts that sit right on the water. Have you seen those? Oh, they look so cool. You literally like sleep out on the water in one of those like I don't even know what it is. It's almost like a tent or a hut or just like a room. But I've always wanted to do that, so that'd probably be like my dream vacation for sure.
Dude, that's awesome. Joseph.
I have not been much of a traveler. It's mostly just for a long time. Go fuck yourself, you stupid animal.
I should have touched my eyes.
We'll see how you do with the next 4 beans.
Shut up.
Yeah. Now he's like, no, you gotta chew the bean and swallow. You're not allowed to spit it.
You're not allowed to spit,
You're the
quitter.
guy that has technically turned down the opportunity to learn about his origins.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead. Vacation.
Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah,
I would love to go there.
would be badass.
I'm a city guy, so like I've always and I would love to go to different cities, check out the different architecture, see how things are run. Yeah. So and maybe get a few anime DVDs that are a little hard to get here in Canada.
Yeah, dude,
Is
I
there
like
really-
that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty badass.
Mine is a private island. I would love to go vacation on like a private island that's fully staffed to where like you have food that comes to you. You don't have to worry about wireless creatures trying to kill you, but you get to be out in the wilderness and the ocean, and like I would love that. Like that would be my ideal of a dream vacation. And it also includes me and my lovely lady Brittany to go on a beautiful vacation. I think that was what it looked like. That was the first round of questions. If you guys want to play along in the comments section, just go ahead and type down what's your favorite ones. I don't know how we're gonna get past the rest of the beans, but if you want to drink water, you can drink water. If you want to drink milk, you can drink some milk. I'm gonna try Powerade.
Have a bit of water.
I'm gonna try, and hopefully it doesn't.
I'm feeling all right
Honestly, at first it
for now.
sucked.
For now.
At first it sucked. And then the longer you guys were answering, now I'm fine with, because that's the whole point of this. The longer you guys answering, the more I'm just like, hurry the fuck up, hurry up, I want to be done. Oh man, I hate.
But you had to ask 3 questions.
Yeah, like I had to be the one asking the questions and I'm answering the questions, and I thought about like for each question we eat the same bean over and over. After the first one, no, that's not happening. That is not happening. Are you ready for round 2 of the hot ones?
That's jalapeno, right? Jose
That is-
jalapeno on a
It
stick.
is jalapeno.
Jalapeno on a stick. It's on a stick like a bit. Okay, let me go ahead. Show our beans. Don't flick it. Okay,
God.
Ready? 3, 2,
Cheers.
1. Hot ones. That actually tastes like a jalapeno. That's not spicy.
It does. It took a minute. Takes a second for it to start kicking in.
Okay.
Wait, I
Okay.
can feel it now.
Okay.
Ooh.
I can feel it.
I like this flavor more than I like the sriracha.
Oh
so
no,
far.
I swallowed it before it was fully done. Oh, that burns.
Oh.
Oh, that burns, man.
Oh.
How would your best friend describe you? Joseph, I'm curious about this because I'm your best friend. I don't actually know that, guys.
Put you in my top. Do I want to do top 5 or top 10 with you? Well, top 10 safe. Top 5 is going to take some thought. Loyal.
Yeah, I
mean,
like that.
the fact that I've stuck around
Yeah.
should tell you that loyalty is obviously my best quality.
Yeah, 100%. I think my
Which is it's ironic just because like I've had to quit a lot of jobs. I've had to abandon a lot of pursuits. So and despite being told by my best friend that loyalty was my best quality, I often feel like I've like dipped on things, not committed to things. It's been rough sometimes.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you're not loyal, though.
yeah.
But you see how, like
Yeah.
yeah,
that
see
there
how
is a
you-
bit of a discorrelation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough.
Ryan, how would your best friend describe you?
That's a good question.
know.
Man. Weird?
Do you know what? I will accept weird. I will accept weird.
Weird, yeah. Yeah. I'd like to say, I mean, trustworthy and loyal, they're definitely values that I hold true to my heart for sure, and respect and a lot of those things. But I think you would just describe me as a weirdo.
Honestly, I think at this point, like everyone's kind of described as weird just because like we all do something that's like weird to others, but for us, it's something we so enjoy doing.
Yeah, yeah.
We forget the ratio of people who are in the content creation field to not is still heavily skewed towards not.
Oh yeah, big time.
My dad had to get together to celebrate his 70th birthday party, and he went full out, rented a tent and everything. One of those like big tents that they have for like Indian weddings.
Cool.
And I know that sounds slightly inappropriate, but it was like that's the company. That's what they do.
Yeah,
It was
no.
Indian wedding tent.
I don't think
And
that at all.
and you talk to people there, and people work they work in their fields, and they don't have the slightest inclination to make content in any way, shape, or
Yeah.
form.
And they think it's
Maybe-
weird whenever you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Okay.
I would say personally, I could probably call up one of my best friends right now, not Charles, because he's sleeping, but I could probably call up one of my best friends right now and have him answer. But he's also a talker, so no. I would say committed. If I was Chad or Charles, like I would say caring, committed, but I can't really say Karen off of me. I would say committed because I know me personally, like if someone needs something, I'm always there. And then it's like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Like I will trap Joseph in a fucking cave whenever we hit a milestone for our subscriber count on YouTube. So please
We should
subscribe.
talk about that.
Nope, not talking about it. It's already said and done. What is, dude? The burn in the mouth, not as bad. It still tingles. It's when
Tingles a
you
little bit, but
swallow
not too
it.
bad.
It's when you
Yeah.
swallow it halfway done chewing. It burns right here. What is? Hold up. What is one of the best gifts someone ever gave you?
Ooh.
And you can't say the gift of life. I swear to God, if I hear that, I'm gonna reach through the screen, and smack somebody. Oh, the gift of life was so great.
I think I'll go with my wife. She gave me the gift of love. That's the best thing she ever gave me.
Sucker. Okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I have to. I can't.
Okay.
She's something special.
Dude,
She's
I
something
understand. I understand. Brittany owes me. I gave her something special. She gave me nothing. She gave
But
me
if we're
10.
talking, yeah, are you talking tangible gifts? I guess.
I would say like a physical gift. Like I gave you this bottle of Prime, not sponsored, but would like to be.
My buddy gave me a framed in a really cool black Victorian frame, a death moth. You know the death moth that has the skull on its
Yeah.
back? Yeah. I'm big into skulls, so that was probably like one of the coolest physical gifts that anybody's ever got me.
Nice. Joseph.
My parents, 1 year, they hit me with like the best double whammy I could ask for: Majora's Mask on the 64 and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Ooh.
That to me was a good haul.
That's
My
awesome.
but like shout outs to my girlfriend who's kind of not too far from here, but she knocks it out of the park with gifts. Honestly, she puts a lot of thought into them, and they're creative, they're personal. Like for my
Sentimental.
last birthday, which wasn't too long ago, she had a Squid Game challenge planned for us where we had to like get through the
Oh,
Dalgona cookies.
that's
Uh,
so cool.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
that is
so
pretty cool.
yeah.
so I'm flying to
Uh,
Canada. I'll be there next year.
All right. Well, I'll come pick you up.
yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Actually, yeah, because you have a car. I would need that.
Jen, can I tell them about the body pillow? Yeah.
Ooh.
Load up that Pornhub,
I do.
baby.
She asked, she was gonna say, Joseph, do you want this for Christmas? And it's a body pillow from a character from an anime, and those of you who can put the clues together will probably figure out what character it is. And she's like, I don't know if you would feel awkward about having this. I'm like, here, let me have a look. Yeah, give me this one. So
No
Scroll down,
hesitation.
left. There, that one.
it really changes things when you have somebody who not only like accepts the things that I like, but also like supports them and promotes them. I hate to have a situation where like, you know, the people that you're the most close to, that you see and you trust every day, either don't respect or actively mock the things that you like. So
Yeah.
it means
Yeah,
the world to me to know that anything that I like is celebrated, and I would do just the same.
Yeah,
very well
definitely.
said.
Yeah, I honestly, I think this I think jalapenos, also known as the nice heartfelt segment here. I obviously got to give a shout out to my lovely girlfriend, wife. It's 5 years. Who cares at this point? But yeah, she's good at gift giving now. The first year, she wouldn't give me anything because she was afraid that we would separate, and I was afraid too. Like we were afraid that maybe we were moving too fast and stuff, so we were afraid of that. But after that, it was like nothing. It was like perfect. My favorite, the most heartfelt gift someone got me was probably my man. It's actually kind of hard to think about because like I know the people watching the podcast too, and I know if I don't say like their stuff, it's gonna get awkward. But honestly, it was my mom giving me and my brother that coffee cup, the creeper coffee cup in my background. It was like the $40 at the time because Minecraft was just starting to boom. And my mom knew that me and my brother loved the game, and she didn't understand it. She knew we loved it, and she got us both these cups, and that kind of created the army of two. Me and my brother, we would go through every single game on hard mode, the hardest difficulty you could. We would beat it, and we would do it, and we'll call ourselves the army of two. So that's where the AOT and my tags always come from. So
Oh,
yeah, that was kind of like the beginning of everything. The
Did
Ghost
you ever
Mask.
play Army of Two?
Yes,
that's cool.
Okay, we good.
that was started the actual name to get brought up. Is we beat Army of Two on the hardest difficulty every single one, and we wouldn't talk. We knew what we were gonna do with each other, and we nailed it every time. And we didn't need to talk about anything. Didn't need to talk strategy. We just knew. We connected, and we just knew what we were gonna do at what times. And it was like watching two guys who played the game 8 times on their first playthrough. Like it was so weird, but yeah, that was probably
That's
the
awesome.
best heartfelt segment out there. We still have one more question. What is a random act of kindness you do frequently? Yeah. What was the? Oh, okay. Here's this one. What was the most recent random act of kindness you did?
Um,
I don't like how no one's like coming up with
I-
like I did this.
yeah.
Um,
I'm with some rude motherfuckers. Okay. I'll hold
I don't
my
know.
own
I
door.
mean, I got an answer. It's just like it's like a gray area though, because it's
Okay.
like, I turned 33 on the 17th of November. We're recording this on the 28th, so I'm a fresh 33-year-old, and I booked the party room down on the second floor. and I invited as many people as I thought I could handle as a party host. And unfortunately, due to like work and some people got COVID, and conflicting responsibilities, half the people didn't show up. And that, I mean, you always want to like focus on the people who are there, who are not, but it was still pretty frustrating to like try so hard to put an event together and have like, everybody, who can't make it, they only think of how they're affecting it in a vacuum because it's like, oh, I can't go, but I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well, I can't go, but everyone else is going, right? So I'm sure it'll be a blast. Next thing you know, 15 people didn't show up. So, I've always maintained that like some people are just natural party hosts and some people are not, and I am a not, but I'm still gonna try.
Yeah.
But there was a kid who, oh, no, he's not a kid, he's in his late 20s, sorry, and we had talked a couple of times.
I burped.
And like we had encountered each other here and there in the apartment, and he pokes his head in and was just like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just a birthday party," because I recognized him. I stepped out into the hall and invited him in, and he's a decent enough guy, but a little out of practice in terms of like talking to other people. So for him, it was actually a really good opportunity to actually meet some people, make some friends, and have a good time. So,
Nice.
the fact that I hesitated at first is just because like I was motivated to just like increase the participation rate. You know what I mean? Like 50 now, one in. Like just come on in. We have more pizza than we know what to do with. So I felt like he really appreciated it. He wasn't very social. So to actually have like a party and be able to talk to some people was a kind of a huge thing for him. So it turns out it was an act of kindness, and so I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's
No.
awesome.
I accept that.
Yep.
Ryan.
Man, yeah. I mean, I always try to be kind to everybody. That's for sure. I always in my stream saying, "Be kind to yourself and be kind to one another." But I guess like the things that come to mind for me, like being a huge animal guy, was rescuing my animals. Like them coming from being stuck in a shelter, being stuck in a cage, potentially being euthanized, and like in turn they did. In turn, like they've somewhat changed my life too. But I feel like yeah, like rescuing my animals was a big thing, for an act of kindness, saving their life, and in turn they saved mine. Not really, but yeah, you know what I mean.
No. I get
Yeah,
that. That's solid. Um. I could immediately just take this and say charity. I just donated over $100 to breast cancer. I'm about to do a massive charity event in Kansas. I'm about to raise money for another charity. It's like I could say that, but we're talking about the most recent one I did. I was out doing my job on Saturday. I was out door dashing. I was at the gas station trying to get some fuel in the car, and I was at the register and they had like those like sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, like freshly baked from a local business. And they were like, it's buy one, get one free. And so I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I kind of want a sugar cookie. I don't want anything else though. I was like, I don't really want one. And I was like, there's a kid behind me with his parents. I went, okay, I'll buy one and I'll give him the other one. So I bought, they only had one chocolate chip left. I kind of wanted the chocolate chip, thought about just taking the chocolate chip, but I was like, what kid doesn't like a chocolate chip cookie? Bought it,
yeah,
turned around. I was like, excuse me, here you go. Have it going. They were so thankful. They're so up. They're like, thank you so much. And I was like, yeah, that was a little act of kindness that didn't cost me nothing, but it made their day and it definitely made mine. Like that little bit of act of kindness went such a big way.
yeah.
But yeah, like that was honestly like the most recent one. I could say I held today. I'm going to take a drink. This segment's over. Thank you. I gotta get that out of my throat.
I just typically drink water, like
I know, like usually in the podcast I'm sipping
but I'm
on
like,
something
I
and
just
then
want
like
to drink
this
the
I'm
water
like,
out of habit. It's not like
no.
that. I'm not dying here, and I just want to drink.
No,
the water.
it was in my throat still. I'm like, dude, I feel it, man, and I burped and it just made. I'm like,
Saw
oh,
that.
it was terrible. But yeah, that was I think that was like the heartfelt segment of the hot ones.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're on the last three hottest ones. It's one question that we're gonna ask each other. We're gonna start off the same way, Joseph or Ryan,
Next,
and then me.
we have Cayenne.
We
That's
have
the dark one, right? Yeah.
yes, dark one, just like our souls. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you have to spit it out or drink water before our questions are over, you have to reach you another one. I think that was already kind of self-explanatory, but yeah, just that's what stopped me from doing it earlier. So, 3, 2, 1, hot ones. This one shouldn't be too bad. It's cayenne, and it's in a lot of seasonings.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it helps if you're used to the flavor more often. I think. I don't know.
Well, I saw that little kick. It comes in late.
Yeah,
It comes in late. It was a little sweet at first.
it's interesting. I'm kind of used to it, but I'm drooling. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not.
The problem with jelly beans too is that it gets stuck to your teeth. So,
Yep.
and it's pain to try to fish it out.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, that honestly not too bad. It has a steady burn. A steady burn.
Jalapeno was worse.
Joseph, ask a question.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask this, but I want to answer this too, because then it'll give you both a chance to stew
Okay.
on your question as well as, in pain. What is the first thing people have to get about you before they can understand anything else about you? The driving thing that it gives people the ability to then put everything else in place. So for me, it is my unwavering belief in a higher power, aka God. I was raised in the Catholic Church, although while I was certainly more committed than other people in Catholic school, not by much. I remember like growing up, I was the one that was like, dogmatic about going to church. My parents didn't really want to take me, and they certainly didn't trust me to go on my own. And so I remember like I would tune in on Sundays to see if there was church on TV, and I found one. I don't remember a word the pastor was saying. I didn't understand it, but for me it was just a matter of like, hey, at least it's church, right? At least I'm doing something. And my mom comes by, she turns it off for me, and says, Joseph, you don't have to do this. And by like high school, I was like, okay, no, forget it. And then I was atheist for like a year. But now I still like, I guess, identify as a Christian in the sense of like flying one of the big banners, either Christian or Islam or Hindu or just like one of the mainline brands, I guess. But the thing that I need people to understand that I am not fully complete as a human, that this is just an experience. Our job is to absorb sights, sounds, and smells and experiences, experience joy, experience pain, experience everything. And I believe that we actually have the choice to rejoin God sooner or later. So I think the people who are the most dogmatic and most like dedicated to their faith are going to arrive at their destination sooner, right? They might just go right to heaven or whatever it is that their desired afterlife is, and rejoin with God, rejoin with their Creator. Whereas I think a lot of more people are in this more gray area where we want to explore ourselves more, and in doing so, we are going to graduate to higher levels of consciousness, or some people refer to it as densities, where we'll live like 70,000 year lifespans, where it's still me. It's this face, these hands. Hopefully by then I'll have my lightning magic, and so when I'm motivating myself to do things, I'm like, that Mario movie I'd love to make, that Zelda movie I'd love to make. I bet, even in the slight chance that I'm actually able to pull it off in this life, there's an even slighter chance that I'll be able to do it the way I want to do it, let alone getting it done. Just the marketing problems and all of the pressure and fan expectations and what Nintendo would want. The odds of me actually telling this story are infinitesimal. But I am comforted by the idea that someday in some life, when the shackles are off and I'm free to just do as I please, then I can put it together and have everybody gather around and enjoy it for what it is. So that helps me make peace with my day to day and just feel like, look, you don't have to rush a damn thing, right? Goes right back to what we said in the beginning. Just worry about your journey, man. Don't worry about the destination.
Man, I really hope that journey part was actually, and that wasn't the part that got cut out, man. I really hope so. So repeat I loved your answer. Repeat the question. So,
Yeah.
Ryan,
What is
fresh
the
start?
thing people have to get about you first before they can understand anything else about you?
Okay.
I guess it'll
Ryan?
kind of like somewhat tie into what you're talking about, and not necessarily in like a religious way, but my whole thing is like respect and no judgment. If you're somebody who can't respect somebody from from a different walk of life, a different area in the country, a different religion, a different background, different cult, whatever the case may be, like I don't want nothing to do with you. So that would be kind of my thing. A little short answer there. I'm sorry, but yeah, that would kind of be if you're not respectful and you judge people based off of things that they have going on in their life or whatever, like you're not somebody that I really want to associate myself with.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good answer. Because you're making sure to separate the people that like are gonna bring you down.
Yeah, yeah.
So I love that answer. Also, the cayenne wasn't that bad, honestly.
No,
Not that bad.
no.
So I think on the next one, I'm gonna take 3.
Habaneros?
Honestly, I'm like, we've
I feel
been
like
doing
tying to
good.
habanero is a big step here.
I feel like it's been going too easy for us. So maybe. So mine's pretty simple. Is one thing you got to know about me, to understand me, is that I will sit there and try my hardest to do something I want to do because I believe in myself that it's going to be there. If you're someone that's going to drag me down, or if you're someone that's going to be making me want to change how I function, I don't want you. I don't want you involved. I don't want you to be a part of me. I don't want anything because, like we talked about previously on the podcast, is you are the people that you hang around for YouTube, for business, for friends, forever. So if you're going to be a person that constantly like wants to change or like don't understand that I need to focus on things that I want to focus on to make a change, that's something you got to know about me before you can get to know me. Is like, I'm not going to change for no one. I'm going to do the things I need to do. I'm going to hyper focus on the things I need to do. And you have to accept that or just
like it.
Don't be involved.
Yeah.
So
I like your guys' answers.
Yeah, solid answers. That was a better question than I sat there and had for sure. Now I took a drink. I wasn't realizing, but I didn't quite understand the fact that we're all supposed to ask each other a question before drinking. I'll take it.
Oh, were we? So that's like three questions per bean at this point.
I see.
I figured at this point we had narrowed it down to like one question.
Yeah, I think
bean.
just one question per bean. So I'll do the Carolina Reaper that we do the last one. Shut up. I'll do the fucking
Carolina Reaper.
Dude, I'm drooling, man. It's not because I'm hungry either. I'm just drooling because of this.
So you're really gonna have 3 habaneros? Because I'm not gonna let you be alone on this.
Oh, jeez, is that what we're doing?
Oh
no. Oh no.
Round 4, baby.
Your call.
3 habaneros.
Oh boy.
I love you guys.
This is gonna be wild.
Ryan, you better have your question at the ready. 3, 2, 1. Hot ones.
Hot one.
Hot ones.
Okay.
By the way, habanero is my favorite flavor. Of all the spicy flavors, habanero's always been my favorite.
It is spicy. Woo.
Okay. All right, ask your question, man.
Okay.
Oh no.
If you were a superhero, what would your superpowers be?
To come across the street. Oh my god. To bring people back. To bring people back and ask their story. Oh my god, I'm drooling. Hold up. Oh my god.
Oh no, what's happening?
I feel like you're taking it like a champ. There.
What's happening?
Oh, he fucked up. Joseph.
I told you habanero's my favorite.
Yeah.
I hate you.
It ain't phasing him.
I hate you so much. Motherfucker, go! Ask the question or answer the question.
And I'm chewing. Oh yeah, this takes me back. So I thought about this a lot. Invisibility would be my main ability. Now it's funny because this ties into like what I was saying the previous thing about different life and stuff like that. Was that my whole Seth the Conjurer brand is the avatar that I'm trying to lay out the foundation for, in the hopes that in the next life I might actually get to be a conjurer and be in like an isekai thing, more like a fantasy thing where I end up in another world. So I'm actively pursuing my abilities: invisibility, lightning magic, and then and conjuring, of course, being able to manifest life and create my own entities and bodies, and long form goal would be like to be able to make my own gods. And then, you ever played like Final Fantasy? So like the dragoons.
Yes, we know.
I would love to develop that as a fighting style.
Ooh,
So I got a whole portfolio for this.
that's cool.
No, just okay. You want one thing? Okay, cool. That's good. Invisibility. Ryan, you please.
Man, I guess it kind of already exists, but yeah, maybe I'd like to fly. I'd like to fly. I'd love to fly. That'd be pretty cool. And then I mean, visibility is good, and I'd like to be able to move objects with my mind too.
Telekinesis.
Yeah, a little
I forgot that the
telekinesis
longer
action.
my answer goes, the more I'm fucking with you. That was not the plan. I just wanted to answer my portfolio. I wanted to give you guys my resume.
Yeah.
Ah, dude, I get it. Okay, we answered.
He's like, I get it. Moving on.
Awesome. Holy. Dude, that was actually bad.
That was tough.
I was drooling. Like, I wasn't spitting anything out. I finished chewing before I answered the question. I was just drooling. So, sorry, audience, I went off camera, but I was drooling.
Yeah, your lips are shiny, bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's not good.
You handled that like a champ, though. You do like to have an arrow. They didn't even phase them.
Habanero is the last stop before it gets into pro territory.
Do we want to
There's a
take
different level
3 of
next.
the Carolina Reaper?
No.
I love how everyone just like, no. Oh my god. Might have to take a recess, but they don't do that in the hot ones. Oh my god.
Well, maybe they do, maybe they
I
don't.
mean, who knows?
I assume that they can't because they are talking to like major celebrities, and celebrities have like, look, I got an hour, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
in, out, eat the wings.
Yeah.
That's what I assume.
Okay. We all admit this one's going to be the hardest one.
Yeah.
It's going to be the hardest one and the last one, and going to wrap up the podcast. Dude, I can't. It burns. It actually burns still.
This poor guy.
Dude, I was born. Ugh. I was raised in Louisiana, gumbo style. Everything, dude. And I invited you on this. Oh, you guys are fucking champs. Oh my
I
god.
feel like I'm holding it okay.
Told you, my dream is to fill in for Hot One
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah.
So
Holding it together.
I practice eating spicy stuff. I have Mexican picante sauce. I add that to most of my meals. I would buy more habanero sauce more consistently, but I'm broke. So, but I have been eating these beans throughout the week because I just enjoy eating them, honestly.
You
That's
crazy fucker.
You goddamn right.
Oh my god.
That was a bitch.
Dude, compared to you two guys, oh my, if you are going to try this at home, please, I would love to see video of this. And don't be bitches either. I want you to see you eat 5 Carolina Reapers. And
I don't think they put 5 Carolina Reapers in the box.
I don't know how many
I
are
found 1, 2,
I found one.
3.
It's got the black spots, right?
Yeah.
Red with the black spots. Yeah, I got a few, but not that many compared to the other ones. You're correct
Yeah.
there. I'm in the
I
same
did eat a
boat.
Carolina Reaper, so yeah,
What
I think
the
there was
fuck?
like 5.
Now
remember,
pull
so-
them out.
The way they market this game, by the way, is that this is supposed to be a randomizer.
Yeah.
It comes with a little spinner, right? And so the idea is, okay, if somebody unluckily landed on Carolina Reaper, at least there's only 5 in the box.
Right.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves. Because we're just taking them like champs. So for those of you who may not know, I did do this on one of my challenge videos for Dead by Daylight. I had to eat a Carolina Reaper and then try to continue to get this going. So somebody say I have a high tolerance to it. I fucking hate myself. This is a challenge. This is a challenge / answer. I want to hear you answer it, and I want everyone on this podcast to come back in next year for this podcast at this time. And I want to come back to this question. It's already in the notes. I want to come back to this. So, dude, I'm dying, man. I'm dying. Okay.
November 27th would be the next year's date.
Ryan, you're forced to come back, even if you're dead. We'll bring you back. Ouija boards.
I'll come in spirit either way.
Sounds good, dude. Don't die seriously. Like I think we've been talking a lot. No one die. Everyone stay alive.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Oh,
High chance this could bring me to the hospital. Okay.
Oh, we're doing the Carolina Reapers?
Oh yeah.
yes, sir.
Oh yeah. One.
Not 3.
One. Okay. Make sure I have my black dot because
nervous.
it's small. Yeah, you can see the black dots in there.
Yeah, you can see mine
I can see
too.
the black dots in yours. I can see the black
Yeah,
dots
that's a
in
big
yours.
black dot in there.
There. Everything's confirmed. For the audio listeners, are we ready?
As ready as we're ever gonna be.
3, 2, 1. Hot ones.
Hot ones.
Hot ones.
I'm scared.
I'm very nervous.
Well, that wasted no time.
Holy shit.
Mom! Don't
That kicked
stop!
up quick. That kicked up real quick.
Okay, once we're done doing what, I'll ask a question.
Okay.
Okay. What is something you want to achieve next year? What is something big? Not something small. Not, I want to hit 100 subscribers. What is something you want to fucking hit next year? For me, I'll real fast answer my own question. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of next year. And if I do not hit it, I will do something fucking terrible. Not physically, but like I'll punish myself in some sort of way. I will survive in the desert with nothing but a pocket knife for 24 hours. How about that? I'll do that.
Okay.
Oh, this
sure.
is bad.
Yeah, it's hot.
Joseph, you look like you're doing well.
Thank you. Oh, right, your question.
Yes! Oh my god!
In the next year, I want to be fully decluttered. So that involves moving into a laptop as my main workstation, getting rid of as many of my books, DVDs, not my games, keeping my games, get everything else into storage, and be ready to for any opportunity that comes up. Because I feel like a lot of things I haven't been able to chase because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be too far. I got all my stuff here, but I'm really drawn to like spending my next few years maybe living nomadically, maybe moving from place to place, trying to just be a little bit more adventurous because I don't have too much longer to really do that. Of course, this involves being able to improve my income situation, which got a lot better. Those of you who've been following the content long form, thank you for sticking with me. I'm doing better now, but I'm still not perfect. So yeah, just overall being minimalist by next year is really important to me.
And if you can't, what are you gonna do? I will survive out in the desert with only a pocket knife for 24 hours.
My hands are tingling.
Oh god.
Now I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to continue paying rent in Toronto.
We know what that's like.
Dude, can you at least walk outside in the snow like only in like shorts?
Fine.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
Now, how about my balcony?
You have to stay
It'll
out there
snow
for,
on the
like,
balcony. It's gonna be cold.
Do the podcast out there.
The whole podcast?
Yes, a whole podcast out there.
No.
Yes.
No.
Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch.
That's gonna kill me.
But
What
then accomplish your
threshold does a
goals.
person have to cross?
This is the reason. Accomplish your goals. How do you think I'm going to survive 24 hours without food and water in a desert? Like, how do you expect that to happen?
Well, I don't. So. But that's on you.
Fair enough. Ryan.
Man, that's a good question. Yeah, I think I'd like to be. I mean, I've been making content for a little bit here, but I feel like not to the extent that I could be, or maybe the quality that I could be. So I'd like to step my game up in terms of video. We talked about this last time. My video editing skills are subpar, so I think I'd maybe like to get myself situated to the point where I can make some decent videos for myself to output. And make the content a little better and grow my channel a little more. But I think at the end of the day too, this is no shit talk to my job or anything. I'd like to be out of my full-time work that I'm at now, maybe doing something like a little more not that my job doesn't make me happy, but something maybe a little more fulfilling.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I'll do you a solid. I'll wear a jacket, but I'll sit outside for the podcast.
Oh, dude, we just do an outside digital podcast. Dude, I will.
I gotta wear a jacket or something, but I will sit outside.
If I can't find a desert, if I can't find a desert or something, I'll go outside in like the worst conditions I can find, and do it, 100%. Okay, so if we can't accomplish our goals, we will do the podcast outdoors. We'll do the podcast outdoors for next year at this time. If we can't accomplish it, and if you have accomplished your goals, you can sit in your comfy chair at home
just shit talk.
and talk shit on the person who did. Find out Joseph gets his green screen done really well. He's just like, guys, I'm definitely outside. I'm outside.
Got a fan on him, blowing his hair. Yeah. Woo,
oh, wow, it's pretty windy. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Okay, that was the Hot Ones segment, guys. Seriously, good job. We all handed it like champs. No one cried. Dude, the habanero ones actually got, like, my eyes twitching. I started getting watery. Dude, the habaneros already got me. If we did 3 Carolina Reapers, I'm going to the hospital live.
I'm very, very impressed with Joseph and his skills to handle the and not that I didn't think that you could not handle hot stuff, but your calm demeanor while doing so and like no reaction or anything. You'd be a very good sub host, like you're saying, for the hot ones for sure, man.
Okay, so you know what we're gonna do in March? We're gonna buy a bunch of Hot One sample sauces, and we're gonna fucking do that.
I'm gonna make that my promise. Is that if I don't achieve my goals, I will sample the hottest sauces that have appeared on the show.
Because you can order them, yeah.
Ooh, we can.
You can order them.
Did I just fuck myself? Did I just totally do myself in?
Maybe.
Dude, if everyone does it, I'm gonna have to do it too. Oh, dude, that was a great little segment. Great episode. I did want to say, Ryan, with you wanting to get better at your video editing and stuff, hit me up one day. Like, me and Joseph, we get together every other Monday. So, like, this Monday we do a podcast. Next Monday we're gonna work on editing the podcast. If you want, you can hop in. We're literally editing right there on the screen. I've been editing, as you see my videos. They're very
I see all your videos. Yeah.
I don't expect you to learn how to do it like that immediately, but I can show you, like, to help you out with some basics and stuff like that. The software we use is 100% free. It's DaVinci Resolve, because I refuse to teach people on paid software.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's totally free. And yeah, if you want to ever hop on being like, I want to kind of get to know a little basic, just a little basic, and then maybe put like some of your streams up on YouTube, just something with actual editing done, like get out the boring parts and stuff like that. Like, seriously, you're more than welcome to hop in the Discord call.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
In the workroom. And that's where we're.
Oh, this will be the best episode to come see too, because you've been here. You joined us for the day, so
fair enough. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I feel like I pick things up pretty quick, but yeah, the software stuff, some of that stuff, I'm not too familiar with. So
yeah, and
that would be excellent, even just to sit and be a fly on the wall, kind of see how you do everything.
Yeah, worst comes, it's just another cameras off, little boys chatting around, just like the preachers. I'm joking. I'm not gonna make that. I'm not gonna make that. We're still recording. Don't make. Are you still eating?
Going back to the sriracha, it's starting to taste a little garlicky all of a sudden. It's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're a demon. That's nuts.
Thank you.
Good for you.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
which one's the sriracha again? The really bright one?
The red one with
it's
the black
red one, but
spots.
have a good look at it.
The red ones with the black spots. This has no black spots. Dude, now I'm terrified to take the wrong one. Wait.
Oh.
This should be the right one. Yeah, this. I'm too terrified. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All my black spots are fucking micro size. I'm not doing it.
Just cap a little encore.
Yeah.
Here's all 5.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not. I'm not. I got some baking soda in the fridge. I got some peanut butter and jelly soda. I will be more than happy to drink than do that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I bet you like that.
I saw that. Oh yeah, I did.
Dude, those were actual terrible. They were terrible.
Wow.
But
Just want you guys to know from the bottom of my heart,
yeah.
Impressive.
this was a mistake.
Oh, dude. With that being ado, we will say a good night, guys. We'll be doing a podcast every other week. Make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe. All the social links are down in the description below. Thank you everyone for being here. And as that, do yourself a do. Goodbye, everybody.